short briefing on what has occurred this afternoon. At approximately 3:40 p.m., a King Air 200 was taxiing out of the airport. At 3:42, airport rescue firefighter personnel received a call regarding a fire on the airfield. Upon their arrival on the scene, they noted the King Air aircraft on fire on the perimeter road just east of the runway. One individual was on board the aircraft. The fire has been extinguished. Crews are on site now working on reopening the reopening the runway. And at this time, we have very little information on what caused the crash. The NTSB, National Transportation Safety Board, will be on site to investigate the accident.
Was the one person able to get out?
No.
No.
They did not exit the aircraft. They had not exited the aircraft.
Okay.
That was when I left the scene.
Okay. So we don't know anything about where their takeoff was or flight or anything that actually went wrong to cause the crash?
We have no information on what caused the crash at this point. We do believe they were taking off from the airport.
Do we know if it was a business plane or a resident, just a non-business plane?
That we do not know. King Air, it's a 6 to 12 passenger aircraft.
But you said only one on board?
Only one on board.
I'm sorry, did you say the condition of that person?
No. I'm not aware of the condition. At this point, we're not aware of the condition.
But you said that person never left the aircraft?
They hadn't when I was on the scene.
Okay.
I wouldn't say they've never left the aircraft.
Okay.
Let's not talk about the condition of them because I cannot confirm the condition. I am not on scene. There will be a follow-up report later this evening with more details. At this point, the condition of the passenger and the follow-up from the accident has not been cleared. So.
And you had said that the crews are working to reopen the runway. Is there anything as far as other planes that are delayed or canceled?
We do have a couple of Allegiant flights coming in, so they are going to be slightly delayed, but they are getting the runways open so that those flights can get back on schedule.
And was it runway 1?
Runway 1.
Okay.
Do we know how long it will be before runway 1 is back up and running again?
That one will probably be a little while, but they do have runway 7 up and running.
Do you know of any road closures as a result of this?
No, I'm not aware of any road closures. So everything is contained within the fence, within the airport property.
Okay. Do you know about how many units were called out? Fire crews?
I was at the scene very early on, and I would say I know they did a second alarm call. When they first saw the fire, they do a 2 alarm call, so at least another crew. I think saw Blackhawk. So our which is our internal airport rescue firefighters, and then at least one external company was called in.
Do you know where the plane was going?
No, we have no information on the plane other than what we saw on site.
Do you have a tail number?
No, I do not remember.
Okay.
Is NTSB allowed to?
I don't believe they have.
But they are sending investigators.
They're sending someone.
And they'll be here today?
I believe it sounded as though they should be here soon.
And do you know if they will be investigating right on the scene, or do you think that they will be taking parts of the plane and investigating elsewhere so that you can reopen?
I can't speak to their process other than from one brief experience, and I believe they will investigate a lot on scene, and then they will move, once they feel they've gotten everything they can on site, they'll move the aircraft to secure storage and continue to investigate, the body of the aircraft, the instruments, whatever they do.
So the initial call was a fire on the runway?
Correct.
So it wasn't landing, it was taking off?
It's believed to be taking off. The last understanding is that it was taxiing on the runway. Is the last communication that I'm aware of that anyone had with the aircraft.
Do you know roughly how long it took for the fire to be extinguished?
I heard less than 10 minutes. I heard they were very quick and did a very good job of getting it out very quickly. Our crews responded very quickly, and we're pleased with their response, of course.
I'm sorry, what crews did respond? Is that a Rockford fire, or is that a fire department you contract with or something like that?
The airport has a firefighting crew. It's called Airport Rescue Firefighters that we maintain, that is on the airport property 24/7. They're always available when there is a flight, and they are the first responders to any incident that happens on the airfield. And they were there within a couple minutes. I believe that's their protocol is to be there within a couple minutes, and within 10, I believe they may have had the fire extinguished.
There were a few witnesses on scene that had talked about just seeing the plane take off and then had struggled a little bit. Was there knowledge of that from your end as far as?
We have not had any conversation with witnesses at this point. We have not had that opportunity to speak to witnesses.
About how many planes take off on that runway daily?
On that runway? Good 16, 20. I'm not the operations expert, so I would say our general taxiing on the runway, we have the cargo airplanes, we have the passenger aircraft. I have no idea on the this would be considered a general aviation. I have no idea how many general aviation airplanes, but probably a good 20 to 30 aircraft a day with our cargo operations and passenger operations.